Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we find the hidden stories in company filings, and this week we have a gem that is not exactly thrilling, but it is packed with what looks like routine updates, so buckle up as we decipher this filing from Rise Companies Corp. And figure out if there is anything more than meets the eye before we dive deep into this document. If you get value from these kinds of deep dives, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, so you never miss a video. Also, we have a fantastic community on Discord where we discuss these filings, and more link in the description below. So what we've got here is a Form 8K, which is basically a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes at a company. These are the public announcements that investors and the market need to know about right away. Not like your typical quarterly report that gives you the whole financial picture, but more like a timely heads up. The key date here is February 12th, 2026. This is when the earliest event reported in this document happened. Think of it as the date the company first acknowledged something significant enough to tell the world. The company we are looking at is Rise Companies Corp. Now, you might not know them off the top of your head, but they are categorized as an emerging growth company. This means they are a relatively newer or smaller company that has the benefit of certain SE reporting accommodations to make it easier for them to go public and grow. And check this out, they've elected to be an emerging growth company. That is important because it means they can take advantage of certain rules that ease the burden of financial reporting compared to older, more established companies. Now, the real juicy part of this filing for most people will be in the exhibits, and the main news here is that on February 12th, 2026, they sent a letter to their investors, and that letter is attached as Exhibit 99.1. Now, typically these letters are summaries of important company news or strategic updates. So we know there is an investor letter from February 12th, and that is the focus of this filing since it is the only other event listed under item 8.01. And under item 9.01, they list their exhibits. The most important one here is that investor letter. It is labeled as Exhibit 99.1. Now, every filing like this comes with a standard warning about forward-looking statements. This is basically the company saying, hey, we're talking about future plans and expectations, but things could change significantly due to various risks and uncertainties. They're covering themselves legally, and it is a good reminder for us to not take these future projections as guaranteed outcomes. Finally, we see the signature of Bjorn J. Hall, General Counsel, signing off on behalf of Rise Companies Corp., dated February 17th, 2026. This is the formal validation that the report has been submitted according to regulations. So what does this all mean for Rise Companies Corp? Well, this 8K filing primarily serves to inform the public that there was an investor letter sent out on February 12th, 2026. Since the actual content of that letter isn't available within this specific document, we can only surmise what it might contain based on the context of a Form 8K, which reports material events since it is a direct communication to investors. It likely contained an update on company performance, strategic decisions, or significant operational developments. Considering it is an emerging growth company, they are likely focused on growth and expanding their market share, while the specific financial details are not in this 8K. The investor letter itself would typically offer insights into their progress and outlook. Perhaps it highlighted a successful product launch, a new partnership, or positive financial trends that they wanted to share directly with their stakeholders. The lack of major negative news suggests that as of February 12th, the company felt things were stable or progressing as planned without the actual investor letter. Its content remains a bit of a mystery, but its submission through an 8K signifies that the information shared within it was deemed important enough to disclose to the market promptly. It is a little like getting a notification that a special announcement was made, but not hearing the announcement itself. Right away, we would need to look for the actual investor letter, perhaps on their website, or through other financial news sources to get the full story. Now, looking at the broader picture for a company like Rise Companies Corp. As an emerging growth company, their main challenges often revolve around securing funding, scaling their operations, and building brand recognition. They need to consistently demonstrate growth and innovation to attract both customers and investors the forward. Looking statements caution is a standard practice, but it also serves as a red flag to do your own due diligence and understand the inherent risks associated with investing in any company, especially newer ones. In conclusion, this filing is more of a placeholder. It tells us that Rise Companies Corp. communicated with its investors on a specific date, and that this communication was important enough to report. Generally speaking, this implies stability or positive news, but until we see that investor letter, we are operating with incomplete information. For an emerging company, these investor communications are crucial for maintaining confidence and transparency. Alright, that is our quick decode of this. Rise Companies Corp filing. What do you think was in that investor letter? Let us know your theories in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate insights. Don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for even more discussions and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.